We're shaking, folks. Back with another reaction, back with some more of the Smiths. And once again, shout out to daisylusion for sending the non-album tracks. And we're still going through the tunes from the time of their self-titled debut album. I did notice on this track in particular, and I don't think I checked for the previous ones, but it actually shows like a release information, and it says for this tune, A's and B's 1. So I don't know if that's, because obviously like the way you write something in a file like metadata, you can't always use exactly the symbols or punctuation. So I don't know if that's exactly the way it's written, but apparently that's what this track originally came from, and this track is Wonderful Woman. There's an alliterative quality to it. It could be more genuine. It could be more ironic or sarcastic or chiding. There's a lot of Morrissey where like the title would suggest one emotional sentiment, but there's a twist to it. There's a dark underbelly or an irony to it. So I suppose I'm more inclined to read it that way, but again, it could be more genuine. But one wonders who this woman would be. Are we talking like personal narrative scale? Is it a reference to, a public figure? It feels like there is the potential for this to be a bigger concept or a much more, idiosyncratic narrative. Either way, I'll see what I can catch on the first listen. This is the Smiths. The track is Wonderful Woman, and it's a non-album single B-side. And apparently, again, the release is A's and B's 1, or at least that's what it shows here in the metadata. But here we go.
Until she rise and say, I'm starved of love. Let's go and trip and walk. What to be done with her? What to be done with her? With me the heart or spine, and then just to pass time, that is one of the line. What to be done with her? I ask myself what to be said of her.
So yeah, like it sounds like one of the more melancholy Smiths tracks. It has that sort of languid, fluid feel to it. Morrissey's vocals, certainly giving us that, but I would say this one, it felt like he was even more, like he did even more non-lyrical melodic vocals, and these big kind of sweeping ones in particular. So, sometimes it's more about he's just kind of lilting around like higher, and he did go high certainly, but there were some moments where again he went kind of low and he was doing these long ones that kind of start like very breathy and then become a bit more like open, like throated, if you will, by the end. So his vocals, they're very much Morrissey vocals, but it felt like a little atypical compared to a number of their other tracks, even like at the early stage. So, and similarly, like it had that melancholy, languid feel to it, but the harmonica gave it like a slightly different mix. Like it gave it a slightly different flavor, a bit more, energetic and a bit more, like consonant or like a folksy positivity, which sort of, felt different than the heavy, again, sort of smooth and floaty sonics of the other parts of the track. So an interesting one that kind of felt like, certainly you would identify it right away as a Smiths tune, but like for me there were a couple elements in it that felt less common. Again, Morrissey's vocals being a bit more, I hate saying this, more unique, which again, unique, it's an absolute quality, but more or less commonplace. And again, that harmonica felt like it was an ingredient that I wasn't expecting when it came in the first time. So, and indeed, it wasn't like front and center sonically. It felt like it was sort of, buried, or not buried, but softer behind, the guitar and Morrissey's vocals. It felt like it was just accentuating it rather than like, a harmonica solo, if you will. So, yeah, cool composition. Look forward to hearing what people have to say about the tune. I honestly, it sounds like he wants to quit this person, if you will, like he, wants to get away from them, but then he's talking about like, was it they wanted to like, reminisce about old times or something to that effect, which, that could be painful if, the person that you're with is someone that you're trying to get away from, because that would suggest that it's been traumatic or stressful for you. So, or that, being with them perhaps brings out the worst in you. I feel like there could be some different variants. But again, if you want to get away from someone and your connection with them, then looking back to what's happened probably isn't going to be the most enjoyable experience. So I'm not quite sure where it is, but it feels like there's a sarcasm, like there's an irony. Again, maybe it's more genuine even if you want to get away from someone, if you want to, you feel like maybe you're dragging them down, or perhaps you feel like when you got together with them in a more like intimate way, maybe that changed the dynamic for the worst. I'm not sure. Those feel like less likely variants or minority interpretations. Either way, I'm sure they're all wrong, but I look forward to hearing what people have to say. And again, a cool, if slightly unique, combination of Smith sounds and those which I don't necessarily immediately associate with them, like the harmonica. In any case, I'll stop rambling, but that is an indication that I enjoy the tune, because I tend to do that after tracks that make an impact on me. So in any case, let me know what you think. Once again, shout out to daisylusion, and I will see you next time. Peace.